This is Dolany TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. Welcome to the car edition, I guess, for this weekend as we get things set up outside of the Carstairs Memorial Arena today as we get set up for some minor hockey action. Of course, you guys would know that story all too well here over the past few months. Kind of my involvement with U13 squad down here in southern Alberta, but to be honest with you, we're coming up on the best time of the year for hockey fans, especially if you're an Oilers fan or you're any Canadian hockey fan. Obviously, right now across Alberta, teams in the minor hockey systems across Alberta are gearing up for, of course, provincial playdowns coming up here shortly. This week, for most people, I'm sure those of you watching back home that have kids in minor hockey would know that this is kind of, if not the last weekend, the second last weekend of kids hockey for the regular season, I guess what you would say when it comes down to it. So that's exciting to see that we're winding up another good hockey season here, and that means we're only close to one thing, the trade deadline for the Edmonton Oilers. Also means we're getting closer to the playoffs day by day by day. And all of a sudden, yeah, we're going to be in for a good ride here. So just wanted to touch base. Obviously, the NHL trade deadline rumors have been very heavy across things for the Edmonton Oilers. But yeah, you know what? We'll see if those moves, anything we've talked about, comes to pass. Obviously, Jake Gensel is the option for the Oilers should he be available. So that's exciting as well to see that we could get a caliber of goal scorer, caliber of dial mover like one Jake Gensel. But as it currently sits for the Oilers, right, we've lost the game against LA, but as we saw last year, this is where our season really picked up. Our season really started to get going here for the Oilers against obviously the better opponents, obviously down the back half of the schedule, and obviously as we got closer to playoffs. So for the Oilers in a situation where they sit pretty good here after two big, large winning streaks, I'm excited to see what happens here. And obviously, too, right, I'm talking about minor hockey wrapping up here, so the calendar is about to get lighter as we get into spring. Obviously, for those of you working up in the oil field too, there's spring breakup coming up. If there's ever even been a chance for things to freeze this winter with the wacky weather we've had, but you know what I'm talking about. It's going to be a kind of moment here, the kind of soft spot in everybody's schedule this March, April, where everything tends to slow down, right? Hockey's done for kids. And then secondarily as well, you've got the situation with the playoffs kind of just about ready to start mid-April. And then obviously we gear up and get going for what is the most special time in Alberta, the Edmonton Oilers or the Calgary Flames or both being in the NHL playoffs. So looking forward to that, friends. Obviously, as I keep the minor hockey theme going here today, one last note, I will be back up in Cold Lake for the third straight year this year, calling U15 Tier 1 hockey this year, and excited to see a different style, I guess you could say, of hockey out there in Cold Lake than we have had the past 2 years. Obviously, covering the U18 female B provincials for Hockey Alberta the past 2 years. This is going to be a different look for us and going to be a different pace. It's a 4-day event at the end of the month in March. I'm excited to see what we can do with that. Obviously, the final details will come through when you see the official announcements and stuff. That's when you can gear up for it, but I'm excited to be up there no matter what. Whatever the shape or form looks like of it, I will be there. Time's booked off already, and we'll be rocking and rolling back in Cold Lake at the end of March during Easter weekend. Friends, thanks for being aboard. I'm Tyson, the Stolany TV. It is the best time of year that we are officially entering, and hopefully that loss against the LA Kings starts it all. I'm looking forward to it today. I'm going to go wrap up the regular season here at the Carstairs Memorial Arena for the U13 squad in the RMA division, and I am up on out of here.